coming to the final website. Now the time is of salary. भाई अभी क्या है? I have made my mind for internship or for any expected job. I have crafted my resume also. I have given the interview also. And now after giving the interview, the final time comes before selection is of salary discussion. So salary discussion plays a very important part in a lot of people's life. So there are certain important points which we need to keep in mind regarding the salary discussion. Those points are mentioned over here, and I'll give you a little explanation about this salary discussion point. So the first thing is research your salary range, understand your value, define your priorities, timing is the key, showcase accomplishments, maintain professionalism, negotiate with confidence, find a win-win solution. What does this basically means? By research your salary range. A lot of people research about the salary range, and they come to a conclusion that a lot of companies, like Shivam mentioned, he feels that he is being underpaid for that organization, or any XYZ candidate feels कि भाई मुझे 10 लाख रुपए मिलने चाहिए और मुझे यहाँ पर 8 लाख रुपीस ही ऑफर हो रहे हैं. In that case, what happens is, guys, as you know that there are thousands of companies available into the market for thousands of product available into the market. Every company is having a different set of the product, different set of pricing, different set of prices for each of their service based on how they are working, what they are working. There are two types of startups in this world. The first one is funded, second one is non-funded startup, which we call as bootstrap startup. So while researching about the salary, you really need to keep both the factors in your mind. Ki, bhai, am I going into a funded startup or am I going into a non-funded startup that is a bootstrap startup? Because the real scenario, I'll tell you guys, in both these startups, the salary structure is totally different. Let me be very clear and true to you, because we are working with a lot of startups in these days. A lot of companies are funded also, a lot of companies are non-funded also, a lot of corporate MNCs are there. We are hiring for multiple profiles. And when we talk about MNCs, like they are into the existence from last 20 years, 30 years into the business. So obviously they are having a huge capital, and they have made a lot of policies into their organizations. They have set their standards, benchmarks for every profile they are hiring for. So wahan par to salary negotiations comes when you reach to a specific senior position where you can really negotiate about your salary. But a lot of companies have made it very fixed for their entry-level job, what would be their salary and what would be the salary for the next senior executive role. So when you research about the salary, if you talk about 100 startups which are being registered on daily basis, so, and when you talk about the ratio of companies which are getting funded to the ratio of companies which are getting no funds, is like 20 to 80% ratio, guys. So the companies who are getting fund are only 20% of the market, and 20% is also a high number, I would say. It is around 15 to 20%, and the ratio which is a non-funded startup is 80% of the market. So a funded startup pays a very higher salary as compared to a non-funded startup. So when you're giving your interview, when you're applying for that job, when you're negotiating about your salary, you really need to understand that this organization is a funded organization or this organization is a startup non-funded organization, which will help you to negotiate about your salary with a clear picture कि भाई मुझे कहाँ तक क्या मिल सकता है, कहाँ तक क्या नहीं मिल सकता है. That is very important, first part. Second, you really need to understand your value. And what do we mean to say by your value is that what do you feel about yourself? I am capable enough, or I am like worthy enough to get this salary, or I am worthy enough to get incentives, or I am worthy enough to get this amount of money, or I am worthy enough to get paid like this. This is very important part. And this you can only analyze through your achievements, through your knowledge, through your conversions you have done in your past experiences, through your past lives. So for understanding your value, I always recommend one thing. And to understand your value, take a piece of paper, take a pen or pencil, whatever you prefer, and achievements of professional life. Uska heading डालना है, उस page का, उस paper का, and start writing about your achievements. You just have to mention and you have to think what achievements you have done, and you have to write. And those achievements really need to be achievement, guys. मतलब just figure out कि भाई क्या जनरल चीजें हैं जो सबने करी है मेरे उसमें, और क्या ऐसी चीजें हैं जो मैंने 10 लोगों से अलग करी हैं. The things which you do different from that 10 people or that group of people are called as achievement. Otherwise, it will just be called as a normal deed or a normal work which everyone is doing. So to understand your value, you need to write down your achievements, which will give you more confidence when you are speaking to an interviewer कि भाई ये चीजें मैंने अचीव करी हैं, on the basis of which I should get this and I should feel that I am capable enough to get this salary. You really need to define your priorities, what you really want from the company. There are a lot of people in this market who tend to get higher salary irrespective of what work they want or they what work they would be given. Like they are like, sir मुझे पैसा 10 लाख रुपए चाहिए सैलरी, आप काम मुझसे कोई भी कराइए, I don't have any problem, I am ready to give 100%, I am ready to give 200% into the work. This is some people's priority. Some people are like, I would not be preferring to go beyond 8 hours. So if I am being paid 8,000 also, or I am being paid 8 lakh rupees also, मुझे 10 लाख नहीं चाहिए, but मैं 8 घंटे ही कर पाऊंगा, 8 घंटे ज्यादा नहीं करूंगा. There are certain people who are very adamant about the fact that I only want a Saturday and Sunday off in my life. I cannot go with Monday and Tuesday off in my life. भाई चाहे मुझे वो बहुत ही ज्यादा पैसा क्यों ना दे, अगर मैं सैटरडे एंड संडे को अपनी फैमिली के साथ टाइम नहीं स्पेंड कर सकता, if I can not go out for an outing with my friends on Saturday and Sunday, I don't need money, I don't require such a job. So different people have different perspectives in their life, different priorities in their life, different objectives in their life which they want to achieve from their life. So you really need to understand that what you want from your life to understand your priorities. Timing is the key, guys. Like I said, what is the best time to negotiate your salary? You get to know while you're discussing your salary into the interview. When you feel that you have given certain things into the interview which made the HR impressed or which made the HR like confident about your profile, at that point of time, discussing the salary can be a very good time. Showcase your accomplishments, like I mentioned, कि भाई when you'll write your achievements while understanding your value, definitely your accomplishments will be an important part of that. You really need to be professional while taking or while talking about the salary negotiation part, guys, because that is very important part. If you are not professional while discussing the salary, it creates a very negative impact. It diminishes all your efforts, all your inputs you have given to crack that interview. Professionalism stands on the first priority for any organization in this world, be it a small organization, be it a long organization. After professionalism, second, your performance, your quality, your outlook, the way you do work, the way you talk to people, that will come. Professionalism has to be on the top list of any individual in this world, be it an organization or be it an individual who is trying for an organization or who is looking for any job in his life. So that is very important. Negotiate with confidence. Like I mentioned, like giving an interview, you're pitching yourself. And while pitching yourself, you really need to be confident. If you're not confident, you're like, I feel कि मैं मतलब कि 10,000 रुपए मतलब 10 लाख रुपए तो मैं डिजर्व करता हूँ और सर मुझे मतलब मिलना चाहिए सर, मैंने पहले भी काम करा है सर और yes sir, I should get it sir. Having this type of घबराहट or having this type of attitude while speaking about yourself will not make the person in front of you feel confident about you. So you really need to be confident while you are pitching yourself, while you are pitching the salary which you are expecting, or while you are pitching the compensation you want. And we try to find win-win solution. What does this win-win solution mean? Win-win solution is basically what we told in the starting part. Ki, a lot of time it happens that candidates or companies are preferring ki, bhai, if you are ready to go, like there are a lot of candidates who have a requirement of work-life balance into their life. There are a lot of candidates who have a strict rule ki, bhai, I would not go beyond 8 hours. There are a lot of candidates who have a very strict rule, like I mentioned, ki Saturday, Sunday उन्हें off चाहिए ही चाहिए. And there are certain people who do not care about these things. They are like, I am there to work. I am young individual. I am here to prove myself or to do whatever. Both the people are trying to do that only. But the person which is saying that I don't care कि भाई मुझे आप Monday छुट्टी दो या Tuesday छुट्टी दो, this is something he is more inclined towards money. So he'll pitch for more money. Someone who is more inclined towards a stable life, someone who is more inclined towards कि भाई मुझे थोड़ा आराम मिले, I don't want a situation like that. In that case, a lot of people tend to tell the people that sir आप मुझे थोड़ा सा कम सैलरी दीजिए, ये 10 लाख का पैकेज है, आप I am ready to go ahead with 8 lakh rupees. There are certain candidates who are like कि I don't want hike in my salary, but I want कि भाई मैं 8 घंटे ही काम करूँ. I don't want कि भाई मैं उसमें जाऊँ. Lot of people do this when they are switching their careers, because someone working into software want to shift into HR. At that point of discussion, like we had one candidate, one recruiter with us, named Shweta. So when she joined our organization, before that she was working as an engineer, an software engineer into one Pune based organization where she was earning around 45,000 rupees a month. And these were like initial days of our organization. We were into the year of 2021. She applied in an organization. She wanted to have a career transition, and we had the policy of getting interned first if you are a fresher, and then from internship you can get a full-time role based on performance. And that girl was having a very good intent, but we were not able to offer what she was getting earlier, 45,000 rupees, because for a fresher to offer 45,000 was not in our budget at that point of time. So we tried to tell her कि थोड़ा सा हमको हम offer करेंगे, and she was totally fine with that, and she made this very easy and made us understand, sir, कि I need to shift from this career to this. Maybe salary can be gradually increased if I get an experience into this. So that is how you make a win-win solution with the organization according to your long-term visions and long-term goals. This is how the salary negotiations, or what points you can keep in your mind while doing the salary negotiations, guys. And this brings us to the end of this webinar. So anyone having any questions on these topics can raise their hands. We'd be happy to help you with a solution. We'd be happy to help you with a suggestion. And before ending this, guys, let me tell you that we have multiple openings from multiple clients we are having. We are dealing with fintech companies also. We are dealing with edtech companies also, software development companies also, BFSI, IT consulting, and we have multiple positions available with us, from ranging from a BDA level position, executive level position, to a senior manager, assistant vice president profile. So any one of you from the audience who would be interested to apply for this position, or who want to get hired without hassle through us for any XYZ client, do reach out to us, guys. Arshil from our team will definitely be sharing you this form where you can apply, and you can get a call from our recruiters as soon as possible. And like I said, guys, please do be creative from the audience. Whosoever is applying for the internship or for the jobs, we have the names of all the candidates. And I would like to say that the candidate which we find more, I would say, most creative in terms of filing his application will get a brownie point from our organization, and we would be getting or giving him some rewards in terms of his interview preparation, or in terms of his CV getting shortlisted, or giving a reference to our clients, or putting his letter of recommendation from our side to our clients. But let us see that from the audience, if anyone is that creative who get wins, or the most creative candidate will get this chance, or will get this brownie point from our organization. So with this, we come to the end of this webinar. And before ending this webinar, guys, there are certain things which I wanted to discuss regarding any specific, or regarding three major questions which any organizations ask. So we'll sum up with this, as we've already extended our time. We had 1 hour of webinar, but it got extended based on the decision, but not to worry about. So discussing with examples, like there are certain questions which are very important, which are asked in every interview. Tell me about yourself. And when you tell you about yourself, be concise, honest, do not repeat things mentioned in your resume. Always practice, prepare this question before, and be most confident self while answering this. So guys, this is a question where maximum candidates make the mistake. So tell me about yourself. A lot of people answer it like, suppose that I am a candidate and I have applied for an interview where HR asked me, Abhishek, tell me about yourself. And I'm like, good morning, ma'am. My name is Abhishek Dwivedi. I have done my schooling from RMA Public School. I have done my graduation from BBD. Then I worked for 4 years as a civil engineer. Then I left that job. Then I started working as an entrepreneur, and I founded my organization, Karyad, and now I'm running my organization from last 3 years. A lot of people would be thinking like this is a very good and right answer to this question. Tell me about yourself. But without giving any false hopes, guys, let me be very clear and true to you that this is the most, I would say, negative answer, or I would say the most rejected answers by the HRs, because this is just sounding like a name slip. What do I mean to say by name slip? A lot of people, and most of you, are like every one of you must have been through your school days. And school mein kya hota tha? We used to get a book, used to get a copy, and we used to cover that copy, and we used to paste a name slip on that copy, जिसमें क्या रहता था, नाम लिखते थे अभिषेक द्विवेदी, क्लास 9 थे, स्कूल आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल, सब्जेक्ट एसएसटी और साइंस. व्हाट डज दैट मीन भाई? वो उस बुक के ऊपर वो चीज लिखी जाती थी कि इफ दैट बुक गेट लॉस्ट, समवन विल बी एबल टू फाइंड अस, समवन विल बी एबल टू रिटर्न इट टू अस. भाई ये स्कूल है, ये क्लास है, ये नाम है, यहाँ पर जाके पहुंचा दो. बट व्हेन वी आर गिविंग एन इंटरव्यू, वी आर नॉट अ लॉस्ट कैंडिडेट. नो वन इज ट्राइंग टू फाइंड मी, नो वन इज ट्राइंग टू नो दैट भाई नाम, स्कूल और ये सब अता पता क्या है, बिकॉज दिस इज ऑल मेंशन्ड इन द सीवी. So tell me about yourself is a question where you only have to speak about your achievements in life. Like while in school, I participated in a lot of co-curricular activities. I participated in debate. I won this competition. I got a participating certificate. While I was into my civil engineering, I participated into college fest. I did that. I gained a lot of confidence from doing that fest. I networked with a lot of professionals. I tried to get in touch with big MNCs for a project of this, project of that. Matlab, including your achievements into your introduction will be the game changer for you to get clear any interview, guys. Without including the introduction, it will not be what you're looking forward to. Because just telling about yourself, like I mentioned, my name is Abhishek and I've done my graduation in schooling from this, it is just sounding like a name slip. So we would always suggest, and I would always suggest you guys, so whatever people who would be giving interview or who were giving interview in any explicit organization and telling about these things, get it very clear. There are 90% of chances you will get rejected on this answer. You need to mention your achievements in that. When we talk about what are your greatest strengths, it is the question most of the people have heard. And let me tell you guys, when an HR asks what are your greatest strengths, he is not filling his data. He is not updating his database. He is not asking to just check कि भाई तुम्हारा strength क्या है, क्या तुम ऋतिक रोशन के जैसी बॉडी बना सकते हो, क्या तुम्हारा वेट लिफ्टिंग बहुत अच्छा है, are you a good singer, are you a good listener, are you a team player? These are not called strengths, guys. Being a team player is the most important skill, I would say, or it is the most important required thing to work in a team. If you're not a team player, you'll not be able to survive anywhere in this world, because everything which is built is only built by team. So you need to be a team player. So this cannot be your strength. When people are asking about these strengths, you need to be specific in the strengths or in telling the qualities which can align, which are in alignment with the vision of that organization. If that organization is a marketing organization, if that organization is a recruitment company, if that organization is a software development company. So while mentioning your strengths, guys, you need to mention things which you will make them showcase कि भाई हाँ, अगर आपकी software development की company है, so I have a very great understanding of developing software. I have a very great understanding of writing codes. I am very equipped with current technology strategies. I am very equipped with the latest trends happening into the market. I regularly follow different projects on different platforms. I regularly indulge in different projects over different platforms to help me expertise my skills and other things. That is what your strength is, rather than being a team player, or I am a very good listener, or I am a very motivating team player, or I can communicate better. That is my strength, because this is not what companies are preferring. No one is there to fill their data, which has to be given to government. कि भाई ये बंदा अच्छा सुन लेता है, ये बंदा अच्छा गा लेता है. No, this is the biggest mistake which candidates do, and they misjudge the question कि भाई strength पूछ रहा है. अच्छा सर, strength तो सर अपन बॉडी बना लेते हैं बहुत अच्छी, अपन बहुत तेज दौड़ लेते हैं सर. ये नहीं जानना चाहते हैं वो. तो यू नीड टू बी वेरी क्लियर कि भाई वो जो स्ट्रेंथ है वो अकॉर्डिंग टू कंपनीज विजन होना चाहिए. मतलब इफ आई एम गिविंग एन इंटरव्यू फॉर रिक्रूटमेंट, my strengths should be related to recruitment field only. Then only that recruiter, that HR will shortlist my profile. Otherwise, he'll not. And last thing, why do you want to work for our company, guys? Very important, and I would say most important question while preparing for any interview. कि भाई हमारी कंपनी क्यों ज्वाइन करना चाहते हो? हमारे जैसे मार्केट में 10 कंपनीज हैं, हमारी ही कंपनी क्यों ज्वाइन करना चाहते हो? एंड इसका आंसर देने के लिए द बिगेस्ट आई वुड से इनसाइट्स आई कैन गिव यू, बिकॉज दिस क्वेश्चन इज नॉट हैविंग एनी डेफिनेट आंसर. Every company, every organization expects an answer which is very much specific and aligned towards their whole goal and vision for this question. So if you are answering this question for any company, guys, the best insight I would give you is just consider yourself the founder or the manager or the CEO of that organization or the business owner of that specific company. Just imagine yourself as being that individual. So when you will imagine yourself being that individual who is the owner of that organization, so at that point of time, whenever you will get an person answering कि भाई मेरी कंपनी क्यों ज्वाइन करना चाहते हो, you will get a very clear vision कि भाई अगर वो मेरी कंपनी में आकर के मुझे ये सब बताएगा, I have heard good reviews about your company, my friend suggested me, I find it very good on Glassdoor, I find it very good on Google reviews, you have a very good canteen in your office, the people working in your office are very happy, I took suggestions from the people working into the organization. These answers will get you rejected, guys. I'll be very true. 99% चांस है कि आप रिजेक्ट हो जाओगे इन आंसर्स पे. 1% चांस है इट माइट बी पॉसिबल कि भाई कोई ध्यान ना दे रहा हो, वो एचआर ना देख रहा हो, ना उतना इंपॉर्टेंट उसके लिए रखता हो, तो वो आपको शॉर्टलिस्ट कर लेगा और आगे बढ़ा देगा. बट टू क्लियर दैट इंटरव्यू with a very good intent, or I would say with a very good marks, or I would say a very good salary, you really need to align yourself, guys. And the best answer you can give it by making yourself as the owner or thinking yourself as the owner of that organization. And think, अब मैं भाई इस कंपनी का मालिक हूं, अब मुझे कैसा बंदा चाहिए मेरी कंपनी के लिए, और मुझे मेरी कंपनी के लिए या मैं जिस कंपनी में काम कर रहा हूं उस कंपनी के लिए एक ऐसा बंदा चाहिए होगा जो सिर्फ और सिर्फ उस कंपनी के बारे में ही सोच रहा है इंटरव्यू के टाइम पर. इफ ही इज गिविंग मी जनरल आंसर्स लाइक सर रिव्यू गुड है, अच्छा है सर, ये अच्छा है, वो अच्छा है, मेरे दोस्त ने बताया सर, दिस विल नॉट हेल्प यू गाइस. सो वेरी सिंपल आंसर, जस्ट इमेजिन योरसेल्फ, just imagine what problems they are solving, just imagine how you can solve those problems and how you can be an, I would say, growth engine to the organization. Because anyone who is opening any position into this world, the only reason behind that opening is that they want to solve one or the other problem, and the only reason you'll get selected into that is if you're able to solve that problem for which they have opened that position, nothing else. That is the only way you can get selected. अगर आपने उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर दिया जिसके लिए उन्होंने वो ओपनिंग डाली है, आप सेलेक्ट हो जाओगे. अगर आपने इसको छोड़ के कुछ भी बात करी, हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी और आई से 99% चांसेस है you'll get rejected.